All right, let's dive straight into this explainer and uncover the step-by-step roadmap to landing your very first cybersecurity job, starting entirely from scratch. Look, cybersecurity is absolutely one of the most in-demand, rapidly growing fields in the tech industry today. But if you're a beginner, it can honestly look like this impenetrable fortress of random acronyms, coding languages, and endless certifications. So where do you even begin? Well, today, we are going to demystify that whole process using a highly structured, super practical roadmap designed to take you from an absolute novice to an entry-level professional.
To keep this from feeling completely overwhelming, we've broken the whole journey down into 5 clear chronological stages. First, the 10-month roadmap, then building your IT foundation, mastering OS and coding, fundamentals and defensive security, and finally, offensive security and hacking. So part 1, the 10-month cybersecurity roadmap and the commitment required for success.
10 months. This entire journey is designed to take you from a complete beginner to job ready in just 7 to 10 months. Now, in the grand scheme of your career, 10 months is literally a blink of an eye to completely pivot into a highly technical, high-paying industry. But this accelerated timeline, it isn't magic. It requires a very specific, deliberate investment of your time.
Here is the catch. You absolutely must commit to 3 to 5 hours of study or practice every single day. That consistent daily effort is the engine that actually drives this 10-month timeline. Whether you're reading, taking practice exams, or messing around in virtual labs, putting in those hours is non-negotiable if you want to hit that entry-level job market in less than a year.
Moving on to part 2, building your IT foundation, grounding yourself in reality. I know it is incredibly tempting to jump straight into the cool hacker stuff right away, but you have got to ground yourself in reality first. You literally can't secure a network if you don't understand how data moves around. So step 1 is IT basics. If someone asks you to fix their computer and you completely panic, well, congratulations, you're about to become the family's free tech support. The CompTIA A+ certification material is brilliant for this, teaching you how to install operating systems and handle common PC issues. Once you've got that down, step 2 is networking. You need to spend a good month or two learning models like OSI and TCP/IP and really grasping IP addressing, subnetting, and the absolute basics of routers, switches, and firewalls. Now, as you look at entry-level networking certs like CompTIA Network Plus or Cisco CCNA to build up those foundations, please remember this critical warning. Certificates only boost your resume, but practical skills are what actually get you hired. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that just passing a multiple-choice test and collecting a piece of paper will guarantee you a job. Employers want candidates who can sit down at a terminal and actually do the work. Use the certs for structure, for sure, but focus heavily on your hands-on skills.
All right, part 3, mastering OS and coding, understanding the environment.
You have to know the lay of the land, the environments you're actually protecting. You can start with Windows if that's what you use every day. Get intimately comfortable with file permissions, system logs, and basic user management. But eventually, you must learn Linux. No way around it. Linux is the absolute backbone of cloud environments, massive servers, and pretty much all professional security tooling. You can totally skip the formal Linux certifications if you want to, but you cannot skip the knowledge. Dedicate a solid month or two just to getting super comfortable navigating both of these operating systems using only the command line. Alongside operating systems, you're going to need to learn a bit of code. Now, take a deep breath. You do not need to be an expert software engineer here. But mastering Python and basic automation scripts, that'll make your entire IT journey significantly easier. Python is highly beginner-friendly, and it's basically the gold standard for cybersecurity. Once you've got a handle on Python, you should definitely pick up Bash for automating tasks in Linux and PowerShell for automating things in Windows. Trust me, these tools let you do things instantly rather than endlessly clicking through menus for 3 hours and questioning your life choices.
Which brings us to part 4, fundamentals and defensive security, the shield.
Welcome to the certification soup. It is so vital to map your certs directly to your current stage of learning so you don't waste time studying the wrong material. When you hit the security fundamental stage, you're looking at things like the highly popular CompTIA Security Plus, which is basically a mandatory checkbox for government roles, or the Google Cybersecurity Professional Certificate. Then, as you move into defensive security, you've got excellent hands-on options like Cisco CyberOps, PSAA by TCM Security, or PTL1 by Security Team Blue.
In this specific phase, you are learning what the industry calls blue teaming. Think of this as the defensive side of the house. Your daily practice here is going to revolve around detecting active threats, analyzing endless streams of system logs to spot weird anomalies, and ultimately keeping the network secure from outside attacks. It is highly analytical, heavily reliant on those foundations you built in months 1 through 4, and frankly, it forms the bulk of a lot of entry-level security analyst roles. Finally, Part 5, Offensive Security and Hacking, the Sword.
This is red teaming. This is where you'll spend a month or two practicing how to actually exploit vulnerabilities and scan networks, just like a real hacker. You are deliberately testing systems to find their breaking points. Certifications in this space include the EJPT or CompTIA Pen Test Plus, and they are excellent entry-level validations showing that you truly understand the actual mechanics of a cyber attack.
Now you might be wondering, why on earth do I need to learn both if I just want a defensive job? Well, because understanding both sides of this coin is what makes you a complete cybersecurity professional. To be a truly effective blue teamer, you have to understand how a red teamer thinks, moves, and attacks, and vice versa. To be a great red teamer, you gotta know what the blue team is looking for in the logs. They are literally two halves of the exact same security puzzle.
But a very quick, very serious word of caution here. To build the real-world skills employers want, you must practice your red teaming techniques safely. Please, do not go scanning and attacking random networks on the internet. That is highly illegal. Instead, use dedicated, safe lab platforms like TryHackMe and HackTheBox. These platforms give you legal, virtual environments where you can build up your hacking skills without any of the real-world legal trouble.
So, let's look at the big picture. By breaking this massive undertaking down into 1 to 2 month chunks, this 10-month journey becomes a highly achievable reality. Months 1 and 2 are your IT basics. Months 3 and 4, networking. Months 5 and 6 become your tool set, operating systems, and coding. Months 7 and 8 build your defenses with cyber fundamentals and blue teaming. And finally, months 9 and 10 hone your offenses with red teaming. Following this chronological structure completely removes the guesswork from your daily studying.
Keep in mind, everyone learns at their own pace. If this whole thing takes you 14 months instead of 10, that is perfectly fine. What actually matters is the daily commitment. Your 10-month countdown clock doesn't start until you actually sit down and begin the work. So, looking at this entire roadmap laid out in front of you, are you going to keep just dreaming about a new career, or are you going to log your first 3 hours tonight?